Yo, TikTok, the R6 reveal trailer just dropped. And, they kind of did what I was kind of expecting them to do. They killed the 1.5. So right now we have the 1X, the 2.5, and the 3.5. And now the 1X gives you a 5% ADS speed increase. More than that. I'll talk more about that in a minute. But honestly, I kind of knew they was going to do that because I don't know if y'all been playing R6 when it first dropped. To me, the sights were balanced back then because you didn't have all these options. You only had like two options. You got the 1.0 and then you had the ACOG. So like you didn't have that in between sight. And on a game where most of the kills are between 0 to 10 meters, you can't have a sight that's just it can do everything. It can be long range, it can be close range. It's just too versatile. It's one of those things where like you almost giving people too many options kind of breaks the game. But now, but now we're going back to the traditional way of just having you got the 1X and then you got the ACOGs. But now they even took it a step further. Apparently now the 1X is going to have a 5% ADS speed, and the Iron Sight is going to have a 10% ADS speed. And apparently they're slowing down the overall, like they're slowing down ADS in general, so it's going to be a lot slower. And the laser sight's going to give you a 15% ADS speed. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about that. Honestly, I'm gonna have to play it because I don't think Rainbow gets enough credit for knowing their game. Everybody like complains like, "Oh, we're in the TDM meta," but it's like you can't really you can't really stop people from just doing the basics of a shooter, which is killing each other. I think right now, Rainbow. I think we're in a great balance. To me, right now, there's you got the kind of the TDM meta, but you still can run a lot of strategy when it comes to the operators and all their abilities. To me, I think we're right now in a perfect balance. I don't think I don't think Ubisoft gets enough credit for like knowing their game. I think they've added a lot of stuff in the game recently that just it doesn't feel like we see clips of people like just walking in the building and just like shooting people in the headshot, but like that's not really the game's fault. You see what I'm saying? Like, is it the game's fault that people don't watch the main door and just allow people to just walk in without no pressure and just kill people on the objective? Like, you really can't blame the game for that. That's just because the siege really supposed to be played with five people communicating. So once you have that lapse of communication and people just not paying attention, it's not really a solo queue game. Which I'm one of the people who solo queue all the time, but it's not really one of those games because you lose so much aspects of the strategy when you don't have when you're not communicating with teammates. So I'm gonna have to see. I mean, I guess they're trying to slow the game down, which I do agree. I do agree with slowing the game down some, but I don't know. We're gonna have to see it. We're just gonna have to see those changes in hand because it's definitely gonna make a difference. I wonder because I feel like when you play Rainbow, I feel like most people aim down sight anyway when they're turning the corner or when they're swinging people. So I don't really know how much the iron sight changes and the 1.0 having the 5% ADS. I don't really know how much that's gonna like change the game honestly, but we'll have to see. They also said that they're the they're adding the horizontal grip is gonna give you a movement speed. And they also said that if you have an LMG now, you're gonna have less movement speed. So we're gonna see. I mean, it's almost kind of like an MMO, where like your weapons are actually dictating how your character moves and stuff. So it's gonna be interesting to see a zombie called a nerf. You know how Hakiba barricades. You can shoot him now. It takes 30 bullets to shoot him. I don't really know how I feel about that. I mean, I don't know. Like I love a zombie. I mean, and when people kill me with a zombie, like yeah, there's like little cheap little like peaks people can do where they can like throw their zombie where like only you can see, only they can see your feet and like all type of. But that, to me, that's like part of siege anyway. Like people can do that in siege regardless. So we're gonna have to see. I mean, but at least 30 bullets is a lot, because it's gonna take you a minute to just sit there and dump a magazine into a Kiba barricade. So at least 30 bullets is a lot. But we're gonna have to see. I mean, I think this next season is gonna be a big season for Rainbow. I think it's gonna be a big season, and I'm interested to see. I mean, people have been complaining about the TDM meta. I wonder, and it looks like Ubisoft is trying to slow the game down. I wonder if you know what I feel like the community's gonna do. I feel like
Keep
they're gonna
redoing
slow
the
the
fucking
game down,
door.
and everybody's gonna complain and be like, "Oh, yo, the gunplay sucks down." And it's like, yeah, but that's what you guys have been complaining about. You guys been complaining that the gunplay was too quick. To me, I don't really have a problem with the gunplay. I don't really have a problem with the speed of the game per se. In certain situations, I do have a problem with the speed of the game, where like people are like swinging the corner on you and like getting peekers advantage. Yeah, I have a problem with that. Maybe we could slow down the strafe speed of like how much you can walk when you ADS, but it seems like that's what they're kind of doing. But to me, like I do sometimes I think the TDM meta was kind of overblown because it's like yeah, there's strategy in Rainbow, and yes, there's operators where like you can like set your gadget and forget it, or there's operators that just carry their gadget like warded. But to me, that's kind of I don't see how like it's the game's fault that people are good at aiming and like pushing and getting headshots. Like I don't really see how that's the game's fault. But we're gonna see. I mean, they're doing a lot of changes, so they're doing a lot of change. I didn't even speak about all the changes they're doing. But it's definitely gonna be a big season. Let me know what y'all think down below, man. Did y'all watch the reveal trailer? And if you didn't, I definitely think you should watch it. If you're a Siege fan, definitely think you should watch it. It's gonna be a lot of big changes coming ahead.